Hello everyone. Today we are going to see about the psychological assessment and the tests. First of all, why it is important to know about the psychology? For nurses, we need to see so many clients' conditions in clinical areas, or wherever we go, we will see the different persons' mentalities. So we need to assess their behavior. In order to know that, we need to know about this psychological assessment and tests. In this video, we will see about the classification and the development. It is mainly classified based on two types. Based on the construction and administration, based on the skills and abilities that they are designed to measure. First of all, we will see about the based on construction and administration. Again, it is subdivided into four types: individual and group tests, speed and power tests, computer assisted tests, paper, pencil and performance tests. First we will see about the individual and group tests. In this, the individual tests perform only one-to-one consultation, and in the group it will be about group of persons at the same time. Then second one, speed and power tests. Here the speed tests have a speed time limit at which point everyone taking the test must stop. That is the speed and power test. Next, computer assisted tests. Here it will cover the large number of applicants in which it determines the difficulty of succeeding items. That is the computer assisted test. Final one, paper, pencil and performance test. Here the printed forms with answers will be used in the test, and that will be recorded on the standard answer sheets. Finally, the performance will be done with the complex skills. That is the paper, pencil and the performance test. These are all comes under construction and administration. Next, based on the skills and abilities, it is subdivided into different categories: achievement tests, aptitude tests, intelligence tests, interest tests, neuropsychological tests, occupational tests, personality and clinical tests. First of all, we will see about the achievement test. Achievement test in the sense, for example, if the term exam is going on, whatever the grade will be done in that exams, that will be shown in the achievement test. Next, aptitude test. Aptitude test in the sense, here it measures the specific abilities such as the mechanical or the clerical skills. Next, intelligence test. Here this test will be performed to measure the intelligence. For example, if we want to understand the society behavior, we will perform this intelligence test. Next, interest test. Here the person's interest and preference will be calculated. It is mainly used in the career counseling. Next, neuropsychological test. Here, if the person is having any deficit in the cognitive function, it can be measured in this neuropsychological test. For example, Cambridge Neuropsychological Test, Automated Battery CANTAB, Benton Visual Retention Test. These are all the examples of neuropsychological tests. Next, occupational tests. Here, they will match the interests of one person with the other person. For example, MC Quake occupational test. Next, personality test. Here, based on the person's personality style, the personality test will be conducted. For example, Minosta multiphagic personality inventory and Rorschach-Inkblot tests are the examples of personality tests. Finally, clinical tests. Here, the patient's level of anxiety and the depression will be calculated. For example, Hamilton rating scale will be used in the depression in order to measure the person's behavior when the person is in a depressed mode. These are all the tests based on the skills and abilities. How the developmental psychological tests will be done based on this person's behavior. How the development takes place, we will see in the next slide. Development of psychological tests. First of all, analysis of the situation. Next, tentative selection of the test item. Development of standardized procedures. Administration of the test to a representative group. Final selection of the test items. Evaluation of the final test. First of all, how the analysis of the situation takes place. Here, It involves the detailed analysis of a psychological process required for the successful performance of the test. How the test will be performed successfully. Here we will analyze the situation and we will start the task. Second one, tentative selection of the test item. After doing this analysis, selection plays an important role because the psychologist may also devise a test in which he feels will measure the process. That is the tentative selection of the test item. Next, development of standardized procedures. For obtaining the particular results, the psychological tests are administered and scored in the same way. For each and every individual, it can be scored in the same way. Same procedure will be followed. Next, administration of the test to a representative group. Here what happens, if they score the way expert judgment or other evidence suggests, then the psychologist will be able to determine the effectiveness of the test. How the test is performed, it is effective or not, it will be done by the psychologist. Next, final selection of the test items. Here, so many tests will be either discarded or revised. Then they contribute directly to the overall purpose of the test. Finally, they can contribute the how much effort they put in that, they can effort. Here the final selection will be based on the empirical findings. Then evaluation of the final test. How this evaluation takes place? They will keep some specific criteria. By doing the evaluation, how we can measure the thing and we can produce the final result. Here the effectiveness of the final test will be evaluated in terms of a specific criteria. Before itself, we need to prepare some criteria. According to that, we will follow the test. That is the evaluation of the final test. So, in this video, we had seen about the different types based on 2 classifications and characteristics. Next video, we will see about the characteristics of psychological tests, uses, principles and role of nurse. Thank you for listening.